In this video, I'm going to talk you through our micronutrients, so basically our vitamins and minerals. So we need them in less quantities than our macronutrients. So our macronutrients, if you can remember back, are our protein, carbohydrates and fat. So as I said, we need our micronutrients, our vitamins and minerals in less quantities than those. So a lot of people would be interested in taking a multivitamin, and that's fine, but the best way to ensure that you get all your necessary vitamins and minerals in is to ensure you have a balanced, varied diet so that you get regular fruit and veg intake. And that intake is going to be varied so that you're not sticking to the same ones all of the time. So yeah, nothing kind of beats a good balanced diet with good quality food in it. So I would suggest that vitamins are just kind of like a crutch, and not to be solely focused as your main source. Okay, so what are they and why do we need them? So they're a major group of nutrients your body needs in less quantities than your macros, like I said. Vitamins are necessary for energy production, immune function, blood, clotting, and other functions within the body. So there's lots and lots of things that come into play here. Meanwhile, minerals play an important role in growth, bone health, fluid balance, and several other processes. So, if you just think about it as us as a whole, everything that goes on behind the scenes, from your immune functioning to how your skin looks, how your hair is, how you feel on a day to day, is all determined a lot by your vitamins and minerals, and the quality of food that you have. So vitamins, then there's 13 essential. So the best way to ensure that you get the 13 essential in is to just have a varied diet, and to make sure that you have a wide range of vegetables in there, that you think about all the different colours available to you, that you keep them in daily, is the best way. So the 13 essential vitamins your body needs are vitamins A, C, D, E and K, and then we have our B group vitamins. So as you can see there's lots of different B vitamins. So the 4 fat soluble vitamins A, D, E and K are stored in the body's fatty tissues. The other 9 are water soluble. So basically what water soluble means is that we excrete them through our urine, so that we need to replenish them regularly because they don't exactly get stored in the body, they get excreted. So it's important to kind of replenish them regularly. Okay, so the best way, as I said, to get all 13 essential vitamins is to vary fruit and veg. So I say eat the rainbow. If you nourish the inside, it will show on the outside. So just to make sure that you don't forget about the different nutrients out there to us, available to us, should I say. It's good to know what's in different foods, so it might help you and encourage you to eat different food when you know what's in them. So that's kind of my main aim for this slideshow, is just to kind of give you a brief introduction into what's in different foods and the benefits of that too, because it's often quite hard to eat things that you don't necessarily love, if you're not really aware of the benefits. Now, I don't expect you to sit down and eat a plate of broccoli if you absolutely hate broccoli, but just try to introduce it. There's different ways you can do that. You can cook it in different styles, different seasoning and stuff to make it that bit more palatable. You can add it to smoothies. There's lots of different things. Like if you hate spinach, you can freeze it and put it into juices or smoothies with berries, and it kind of kills the taste. There's always ways that you can get in these nutrients, if you think outside the box and put some thought and effort into getting them in. So the fat soluble ones I'll run through first. So A, D, E and K. So vitamin A, if you think about it, is generally for your eye health. It makes red blood cells, it helps fight off infections. So it does have a broad range of things, and you'll notice with a lot of these, the functions overlap. Some of them are very unique to, some benefits are very unique to a certain vitamin, but a lot of them will overlap. So if you hear the same thing coming up over and over again, then that's why. So vitamin A, if you think of it, of your orange veggies, so like your sweet potato, your cantaloupe, then your greens, so your spinach. As you can see there, we have spinach and other greens, dairy foods, seafood such as shrimp, and again your orange if you think of the salmon. Okay, so vitamin D then. Vitamin D is one of the only vitamins that we can't obtain adequate amount from our diet. Vitamin D comes from the sunlight, so There's lots of speculation about vitamin D and should we be supplementing with it if we live in countries like Ireland automatically? Should we lay off on the sunscreen a bit because of the vitamin D absorption? So there's lots and lots of ongoing research and debate around this. Some people reckon that you should wear sunscreen on days even if it's not sunny. Then others would argue the point that because it affects the absorption of vitamin D, then we shouldn't. But I suppose it's person dependent, and there's still a lot of research being done, and there's all the time new studies being shown. So it's just up to yourself, I guess, at the end of the day, and your doctor to maybe carry out some tests for you to see if you are deficient or not. One thing about vitamin D is you can actually over supplement, so your levels can get on the higher side of things, which can be quite toxic. But again, that's very rare, so I wouldn't prevent you from supplementing if you are someone who feels like you don't see a lot of sunlight. If you're someone who, let's say, lives in Ireland and it has been really dull and you work indoors and you don't get outside much, then you are necessarily going to be lacking in it or deficient in it. So anyway, it helps your bones be strong because it aids the absorption of calcium. It acts as an antioxidant, regulates immune activity, supports cardiovascular health, loads of different physical benefits. It's also very much linked to mental health issues. So depression and low mood can be as a result of vitamin D deficiencies. So it's just something to be aware of if you are someone who tends to suffer from any mental health issues. So sources then, as I said, sun and foods such as salmon, tuna and fortified foods. So you'll see a lot of foods are fortified with vitamin D. Most people will need a supplement, like I said, living in countries like Ireland. To get adequate amounts of vitamin D, we need to be in the sunlight for over half an hour a day, and that is actually on the lower side of the spectrum. They say kind of like 90 minutes is the recommended to get your vitamin D in. So vitamin K then, an essential vitamin for your body needs it in proper amounts for blood clotting. Basically that's the main function of vitamin D. Sources are spinach, broccoli, green leafy veg and liver is a good one. So vitamin C then tends to be the one that crops up for us a lot, that we always hear of, especially in the winter months. So as you know, vitamin D helps fight infection, it helps protect cells and keeps them healthy. So it supports the immune system mainly. So for healthy connective tissue, which gives support and structure to other tissues and organs. So sources then, the ones we are aware of are citrus fruits usually. The ones that we are less aware of then will be the the broccoli, the Brussels sprouts, the green veg again, peppers and sweet potato. So vitamin C, that's it in a nutshell. So moving on to our B vitamins. So as you can see there, we have a wide range of B vitamins ranging from B1 to B12. So B1, B2, B3, B5, B6 to B12. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of those. You often hear people taking B complex, which means that there are all the B vitamins in it. There are tests you can get carried out to see if you're lacking or deficient in B vitamins. Some people need, regular shots of B vitamins, just depending on you and your circumstances. So a lot of these concepts that I'll be bringing you through are person dependent and can be quite different for a lot of people with different health conditions and stuff like that. So I want to keep reminding you that everyone is different and it's always best to consult your GP if you have concerns. In saying that, everyone should have a balanced diet with good quality nutrients in there. So it's just the amounts and things can be different for some people who have conditions like anemia, or on the other extreme, hemochromatosis, or osteoporosis or something like that. So B1 helps your body turn food into energy. It's also key for the structure of brain cells. So sources: legumes, black beans, lentils, seeds are the go-to sources. Pork and whole grains are also good. Most people get enough thiamine from the foods they eat, but pregnant and breastfeeding women need a little more. So pregnant and breastfeeding women obviously need supplementation in some cases. A lot of the time pregnant women will be asked to supplement with B vitamins. Okay, so B2 then, it is involved in many processes in the body and is necessary for normal cell growth and function. So a lot of the B vitamin benefits are to do with cells and energy breakdown and structures and things like that within the body. So all the stuff that go on behind the scenes. So sources of B2 then will be fortified breads, grains, found naturally in eggs, asparagus, mushrooms, and other green vegetables. So B3 then, this is a family of compounds that your body needs to turn food into energy and store it. It helps protect your skin and tissues too and can improve your cholesterol levels. Sources for B3, tuna, which you'll get adequate amount from 1 can. Your chicken, turkey, salmon, and other lean meats, peanuts and peanut butter. So B3 will be found in all the lean meats. B5 then, this type of vitamin is needed for many of the biochemical reactions that go on in our cells each day, including the breakdown of carbohydrates and lipids for energy. So a lot of it again is the breakdown of foods and the breakdown of energy. Because it's a water-soluble vitamin, you need B5 in your diet every day. So remember what I was saying at the start, for the water-soluble we excrete them, so we need to kind of replenish them daily. Sources: liver, kidney, yeast, egg yolk, broccoli, peanuts, fish, shellfish, chicken, and as you can see there, milk, yogurt, legumes, mushrooms, avocado, and sweet potato. So there is a wide variety of sources there. So the likelihood is, if you have good quality natural whole whole ingredient foods in your diet every day, then you're going to be pretty much okay. So B6, this vitamin plays a role in more than 100 different reactions in your body, so every single thing that goes on behind the scenes basically. Sources: leafy and root vegetables. So as you can see, veg just keeps cropping up again and again and again, especially the leafy greens. They naturally, we don't tend to go for like leafy greens. Some of us just don't have that desire for it, so we do need to make that extra effort. And as I said, my mission for this kind of educational video is to just reinforce the benefits, and it just makes it that little bit easier and that little bit more encouraging to go for them. So yeah, you can see some other sources there for that. B12 then helps your body break down food for energy. It also plays a role in balancing hormones such as estrogen. So estrogen, the primary female sex hormone. Sources naturally found in animal products, including fish, meat, poultry, eggs, milk, and milk products. So as you can see, a vegan, for example, would maybe have some issues around B12. Okie dokie, so folic acid. Folic acid we all associate with our pregnancy. So pregnant women are asked to supplement with folic acid, mainly because it is to do with preventing birth defects in the baby's brain and spine. So you need 400 micrograms per day. That is the recommended daily allowance, and natural sources would be broccoli, asparagus, peas, chickpeas, brown rice. So folate also has mood elevating properties as well as producing serotonin, so the happy hormone. So again, linked to mental health. Okay, so just to recap, our vitamins and minerals. So there's lots of different ones out there. Supplementation shouldn't always be taken lightheartedly. There is scope for over supplementing in some cases, so it's just something to be mindful of. Always consult your GP if you are kind of maybe concerned that you may have some symptoms. Now, I didn't run through symptoms in this particular slideshow, but it will come down the line. Again, it's very person specific. Lots of us have different health conditions and have different requirements, so it's always best to consult your GP again if you do have any concerns. The best advice I can give you is to keep your diet as varied as possible. Don't forget about all the colours available to us. Don't avoid any particular vegetable unless you have a good reason to do so. So give things a chance as well. Sometimes it takes a couple of times to try something. Like they say with children, if they won't eat vegetables for you, just to ask them to taste it and just have a couple of bites. And every time they do that, they should become more and more comfortable with it and develop a taste over time in some cases. So that's it for the vitamins. The next one will be minerals. So I'll catch you then.